Today I'm here to talk to you about education. Education is a very serious problem around the globe. But students are lazy. They don't want to do anything. Just stay home, watching Netflix, eating pizza. But I know they want to eat pizza. And I think the government gives them everything. They give and they give, and students just don't do anything. Just stay at home, doing nothing. And that's a problem. That's a problem, I'm telling you. This is a problem with everyone. No one wants to go to school and study. They just want to stay home, Netflix, pizza. That's the problem with everything. You say, oh, but the government's not doing enough. The government's not doing this. The government's not doing that. No, that's all a lie. Government's doing everything, according to Pepperoni Pizza University. And I can prove that. Somehow, I can.
Like this question is quite complicated in Thailand because in Thailand there's a lot of wealth gap between people. So kids who grew up in poor families, they obviously can't go to school because Thai education system is free for the most part. But then even if it's free, how are they gonna find money to eat if their parents can't provide for them? So they obviously have to like go outside and work themselves, right? So I don't think it's not the question of their emotions of how if they want to go or not. It's the matter of survival, basically. They have to find food, they have to find housing for themselves. So maybe they like want to go to school but they can't.
Our friend Dina has a lot of good points. First, Thailand has been spending 20% of its GDP on education, which resulted in a very positive 96% of literacy in the country. Second, as Zina said, schools are free, but it does not mean that they have the same quality in every region. A proof of that is the results in International Math Olympiad and Asian Math Olympiad, in which Thailand had a lot of students winning medals. However, at the same time, Thai students scored below the world's average in the PISA exam of 2014, which can only mean one thing. As Zina might said, the wealth gap in Thailand is huge, and therefore in poor areas the education is not in the same level as the ones in the big cities.
I really think there's a lot of wealth gap situation that needs to be dealt with before you can change the education system. Because right now, there's a situation that people have, like kids or children, have to go to good schools outside of their town. Like maybe they have to commute like 4 hours a day just to go to a school.
Another good point raised by Dynamite: transportation. Some of the students have to commute for long hours and it will surely affect their performance in school. Students seek the best schools in the country, and that means they have to go far away from their hometowns in order to get it. Even though this is a problem in Thailand, it seems to be a common struggle in Southeast Asian countries.
Some area in Cambodia, we still have some struggle in education, and we lack of the schools, teachers in some area, like in rural area especially, and also some students, even though they have school, but they didn't have money to go to school, and some students, the school is so far that they cannot go to school either. Yeah.
As Gator said, Cambodians struggle to have a decent education, and there's a reason behind it. 31% of the population live below the poverty line, and the majority of population live in rural areas. Education is concentrated in urban areas, which makes the access to education harder to most Cambodians. An average Cambodian child takes more than 10 years to complete primary school. You are probably thinking, why? Well, in many of the cases, the income of a household is so low that the children have to start working from a young age. As a result, they keep getting held back in school because of their lack of time to study.
The education is like the foundation to everything. If you don't have education, it's very hard for you to advance in your life. And maybe education in this sense doesn't mean only school, but education like experiences that you learn in your life, or education that you got somewhere else that is not school, but it's very connected to global security, because yeah, it's a foundation to everything, and if you don't have education, the country is not going anywhere.
So how can we change this? Our goal is to make politicians like Peperon realize the education system needs to be changed. The United Nations should recommend to these countries a law to spread out the schools within a country's territory, instead of having most of schools in a single area. The government should enforce that schools are well spread out and with the same quality, by providing resources equally regardless of the region. Hope you enjoyed this video and let us know your thoughts about the issue. Don't let Peperon fool you!